Hall of Fame, but unfortunately his bitch-ass wife keeping that from happening. But just to read off Owen's accomplishments, he was a 2-time Intercontinental Champion, a 4-time Tag Team Champion with twice with the Yokozuna, once with the Bulldog, and once with Jeff Jarrett. He was a European Champion, 1994 King of the Ring. I remember that. It was, I believe it was like 2 years, or was it the next year after? The first one I think was in '93, so it was Brett and then Owen the following year.
Yeah.
He was the USWA, which is out of Memphis, where Jerry the King Lawler is from. He was the Unified World Heavyweight Champion there. He was the Stampede British Commonwealth Middle Heavyweight Champion.
That's a mouthful, isn't it?
That is. Imagine putting that on a championship.
He was the Stampede International Tag Team Champion with Ben...
Bazarab?
Bazarab. I don't know if he ever became anything, but... Hey, you gotta mention, Ben, if you're still alive,
If you're watching,
famous.
I don't know who you are, but...
He was the Stampede North American Heavyweight Champion twice. He was the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, which is a hell of an accomplishment. That's, you know, one of the big major titles in wrestling that you can hold is anything with the IWGP, because
they especially don't give the belt to outsiders.
Yeah. And he was a 2-time Slammy Award winner.
I used to walk down the ring with him, remember?
Yeah.
Which actually was technically only one, but he ran up and stole the one from Mr. Bob Backlund for best bow tie, so. And now for our weekly top 5, we're going to do our top 5 matches of the past year, 2009. My number 5, I don't remember exactly what episode overall, but well, actually it was probably about a month-long feud that The Miz and John Cena had going in. When Cena finally met Miz on Raw, Miz really took it to him. They had like about a 20-minute match or so, and you know, I mean, of course, you know, God forbid if Cena lost, but Miz really showed me something there, and that's why I kind of buy him as the U.S. champion, because he really kind of broke out and showed me, like, hey, he does have some toughness.
Mm-hmm.
And technically, the Miz was like 6-1 against Cena.
Oh, yeah.
Every week he might like, I'm 3-0, he didn't show up again.
Yeah.
Kind of like Jericho wanted to do with Goldberg back in WCW, but Goldberg, I don't do the comedy shit. Like, geez, you know, fans will be dying for you to kill me and shut me the hell up. Dumbass.
My number 5 is the Money in the Bank from WrestleMania. So that was a pretty good match. Usually always is every WrestleMania.
That might be the last one at WrestleMania.
That's true. That might be the last. I thought it was a really good match. And CM Punk won again.
Yeah.
CM Punk, yeah. Kev?
My number 5 is DX when he won the belt, tag team belts for the first time.
That would be, what, this past SummerSlam, I believe it was. Wasn't it? Or was
Oh,
it?
no, TLC.
TLC,
Against,
yeah. That's
Jericho.
Yeah, it was just, what, not the last pay-per-view, the pay-per-view before.
Yeah. All right. That's always good. My number 5 was at SummerSlam, the main event, TLC match, Jeff Hardy versus CM Punk. It was pretty cool. Jeff Hardy, that was his second to last match.
True.
And he dove off the ladder into the announce table, didn't he? I think. Yeah, onto Punk. And Punk still won. Take that, Jeff. So that was, I think, what Punk's 3rd World Heavyweight Championship win. And then Undertaker returned afterwards, and then kissed the belt goodbye.
Yeah. Back down to the mid card, CM Punk.
Yeah, but I thought it was a really good match. I like the TLC
They
match.
did have a lot of good matches, them too.
Yeah.
My number 4 is, what was John's number 5, the Money in the Bank. Every year's one of the matches that steals the show at WrestleMania, and CM Punk once again won it, and there was some crazy flying around going there.
Yeah, it always is, yeah.
Shelton Benjamin, and
He always does well. I think he's been in every one, and he always does well, doesn't win.
Yeah.
My number 4 is the Royal Rumble match, the actual 30-man Royal Rumble that Orton won. One of the better Rumbles. And in light of this year's Rumble, it is really a good Rumble. This year sucked on ice. I mean, we watched it at Joe's house. It was really good. One of the better Rumbles in recent years.
Yeah.
Kev?
Mine's when John Cena lost his belt to Sheamus. I thought that was funny, just the way he lost it, just coming off the turnbuckle, went right into the table. That's how he won it.
A strong breeze pushed him.
Yeah, the unstoppable monster that is John Cena lost to the unstoppable monster that now is Sheamus.
You couldn't do anything at the time.
Yeah, it's
The
weird.
guy lost the gold dust and he
You can go from Jamie Noble to John Cena in a week.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it works. My number 4 was from The Bash, not the Great American, just The Bash. Mask versus title match for the Intercontinental Championship. Chris Jericho versus Rey Mysterio. They had a really big feud this year, and that was their best match that they had. So, we saw it at the one house show, the two of them.
Yeah.
When Jericho had the women's title. But they said it really brought down the house.
Jericho doesn't really have bad
No, he doesn't. Jericho can bring out the best in anybody, really. And Ray, we might dog him a little bit, that he's a one-trick pony type thing.
Yeah.
But he can go. He can. When he has the opportunity.
Yeah, right opponent.
Yeah.
Joe?
My number 3 was actually, trying to think of what pay-per-view it was. I believe it was the one before last year's SummerSlam. Oh, well, I can't remember. It was Legacy, Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase versus DX in Falls Count Anywhere submission match. And
Breaking point.
thank you. And Legacy really showed their toughness because, I mean, DX was like, a huge team and two veteran guys, and nobody thought that Legacy had a chance. And this fucking guy with his phone I'm gonna throw his phone through the wall.
Nobody picked Legacy. Nobody thought they had a chance against 2 Hall of Famers.
And the way they won the match with a figure 4 and a $1 Million Dream around the post, I thought that was a real sweet way to win the match. And it showed that Cody and Ted have some toughness and belong to, be moved up to that next level.
Yeah.
My number 3 was AJ Styles, Daniels, and Samoa Joe from, what was that again? Turning Point.
Yes.
The Turning Point pay-per-view? I have no idea. I didn't see it, but I heard it was good, and I've read magazines that said it was a great match. It's even on TNA's Best of 09 DVD.
Pick up the DVD?
And they would lie, so it must be good.
Hogan would never
My
lie.
next one is Triple H and John Cena. Every match seems the same, so it don't matter what So,
It's true.
Yeah.
so I like those two when they fight. So any match of theirs is...
I like when they fight this on Raw, because it's always interference on Raw. It's always,
Yeah.
it's never like a good match. It's always...
Right.
My number 3 is from a October 15th taping, viewing or whatever, of Impact, because God knows when they tape and when they go live, whatever. AJ Styles versus Kurt Angle. Like you said, Kev, with Cena and Triple H, anytime the two of them are in the same ring, whether it be a tag match, a fatal 4-way, a 6-way, whatever, the magic happens with those two.
Yes.
And when it's their best one-on-one. So any match that they're in is in anyone's top 5, So definitely a good match. Although it ended in a time limit draw. I think it was the one before Bound for Glory. I believe, and it ended in a time limit draw. So it didn't make either one look weak, I guess. But it was a hell of a match.
Actually, that was my number 2 was AJ and Kurt because I remember watching that, and it's just amazing to watch those two guys go at it. They match up so well, and They want the whole time limit. It wasn't once boring.